If you know your ideal clients are on LinkedIn, you're not the type of person who wants to be dancing on Instagram, and you're struggling to grow your coaching business, watch this video as I walk you through the 7 steps that I teach my clients and that I've personally used to grow my coaching business on LinkedIn. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Lucretia Davis, helping you start, build, and grow your coaching business using LinkedIn. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 steps to build a profitable 6- and 7-figure business on LinkedIn. The first thing is niching down. This is very important and it sounds light, but it is a huge misstep of new early entrepreneurs. They sell a bunch of different things. They offer a bunch of different areas of expertise, but the riches are in the niches. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but if you're that person who is torn between different ideas for a business, know that you have to pick one, because what that is going to do is that is going to confuse your marketing, confuse your audience, and you don't want that. The next thing that I did is I created a solution to a real problem. And not only did I do that, I created something that people wanted and needed. The reason why I'm stressing this is because many new entrepreneurs don't really understand what it takes to build a business. Innocently, of course. When we first get into entrepreneurship, some of us, we want to get all of our creative ideas out and the things that we want to create and do. And we're not really dialing back and looking at what it is that you truly need to offer your client to get them great results. Also, many newer entrepreneurs that are coaches call themselves coaches, career coaches, business coaches, whatever, position themselves online as such and start accepting clients. However, they have not really put much thought into a framework or a process of transformation, which is very, very important. Now, at the same time, understand that your offer will evolve over time. And so you do have to start with something. So it's important to not stress about this until you feel like it's perfect and then launch, right? You have to start with what you know and then continue to grow from there as you continue working with clients and building upon this offer. But you need to give it your best effort at the very beginning and put as much thought into it as possible to create an initial coaching process so that you're not just hopping on calls, not getting people results and not getting referrals and repeat business because you're not doing it the right way. Number 3, I, of course, created a LinkedIn profile to reflect what I do, for whom, and how. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but if you do want a video on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile for business, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know, and I will do that. So what I do want to say about the profile is that what's most important is that people understand who it is that you are looking to attract. But that doesn't mean changing your headline 100 times and stressing over that. I just wanted to mention that because a lot of people tend to stress over their headline / tagline. And I get it. You want it to be perfect, but you don't want it to be to the point where it's holding you back and it's taken away from your focus on other things that you should be focused on. Because quite honestly, good content is what is going to create the like know, and trust. Number 4, I have built and I still build my email list. And this is a huge misstep for newer coaches. They either don't build an email list at all, or they build an email list and never email them. It's very, very, very important to build an email list because, especially as a high ticket coach, it's very unlikely that someone is going to convert from seeing you on social media and getting a free resource into a sale, right? You have to continue nurturing them and nurturing them via email to increase the intimacy between you and the ideal customer is the best way to do that. Number 5, I got good with writing LinkedIn content. Now, I can do a whole video on how to write effective LinkedIn content, but for the sake of time, what I will say is invest in a copywriting course or book, because essentially to become a good LinkedIn creator, you have to learn copywriting. In addition to getting good with writing LinkedIn content, in order to really build that like, know, and trust, I also share my results as much as I can on my profile, meaning I am being very diligent about collecting testimonials. I make sure when I am wrapping up with coaching clients, I'm like, look, can we please go ahead and record this testimonial on the Zoom right now? And I let them know, please come ready to record a testimonial. Can you write me a testimonial on LinkedIn? I am taking screenshots. I am sharing case studies. In addition to marketing your stuff, you gotta let people know that your stuff is working, because that's what people care about. Number 7, which is the most important thing about growing a coaching business, because what I find is that people rely on social media. They're focused on the wrong stuff. Likes, engagements, popularity. I know some clients that are more upset about not getting a bunch of likes on a post than they are about not winning a sales call or closing a client. It's so odd. I get it. I've been there before. A lot of people tend to make that mistake. Chief among things to successfully build a 6 or 7 figure coaching business is to what? Drum roll, please. To get people on the phone. Get people on the phone. Not being consistent on social media, which helps, but it's not the end all be all. You can't just wait for people to come to you. You gotta go after them too. I personally know some agency owners who clear multiple 5 figures on LinkedIn every single month, and they don't even share content on LinkedIn. They just do a really good job at reaching out to people cold and converting them.
Are you tired of posting on LinkedIn and hearing crickets? Do you know your ideal clients are on LinkedIn, but you can't crack the monetization code? Well, sis or bro, I've got something for you. My LinkedIn Famous Crash Course to teach you how to build your LinkedIn influence and attract high-ticket clients. The course includes a vault of training, a workbook to help you brainstorm and implement each training modules, over 100 content prompts, LinkedIn profile templates, as well as my top performing post templates and so much more. Do you say you are ready to build influence and attract high ticket clients on LinkedIn? Enroll in LinkedIn Famous now, right now.
How do you get people on the phone? Well, I've got a couple of ideas. One is free strategy sessions. Now, I know that doesn't sound exciting, but if you are a newer coach, especially if you're a newer coach, Or even if you're a more seasoned coach and you're just struggling to get clients consistently, you need to build relationships. And one way to build relationships and get people on the phone is by offering free strategy sessions. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but if you're new to entrepreneurship and to the coaching world, you can't be that person who is super duper stingy with their time. Now, as you grow, that is totally acceptable. I have my boundaries, okay? However, if you're trying to build up a business, then you have to make some sacrifices. You have to do some things that you don't want to do. You have to sacrifice some time. You have to sacrifice some maybe money. Some people invest in marketing or ads knowing that it's not going to convert into something for a while. But that is actually what I did in my first year of business. I did a ton of free coaching sessions, and as I was sharing advice on LinkedIn, I would read the comments. I would reach out, hey, I noticed you're struggling in your job search. I'm willing to offer an hour of my time to see if I can add some value and learn more about what you're doing and what could be possibly going wrong with your search. I've done a lot of those calls. Some of those calls have converted into clients, legit. They've also converted some of those calls into testimonials because those calls have even yielded results, right? Have landed people jobs, have given them that aha they needed to get to the next level at the interview. Free webinars is another great way to get people on the phone or get them on your email list. After these webinars, you could be offering up consultations and getting people on the phone that way, because if you're doing webinars every month, that is really good nurturing. Another way to get people on the phone is actually by engaging with your audience. And no, I'm not talking about the engage 2 to 3 posts per day type of advice. I'm talking about really connecting with them, meaning the warmest people are already in your audience. They're following you, they're viewing your profile, they are connecting with you, they are liking your content, reposting your content, commenting on your content. Instead of letting those warm people just get lost in the sea, I'm building relationships, and my clients are building relationships with those folks, talking with them about what's going on with whatever it is they're working on and seeing if there's some way you can help and be of service. I'm not talking about reaching out to these people like, hey, let me get a sale. It is about adding value to them and beginning a beautiful relationship. And then the final way to get people on the phone, I guess it's not even a way to get people on the phone. I guess I have 3 tips to get people on the phone. But the final thing about leads is that you need to manage them and track them. I can't tell you, I would even be as bold to say that 8 out of 10 coaches that I meet, they literally just get people on the phone. If someone says no, they are moving on to the next thing. That is not a way to build a business. If you've ever worked in sales at a company, you're consistently following up and touching base with these people. It's very important to have some type of lead tracker or CRM, whether it is an Excel sheet, an official CRM, but you need to be very, very, very diligent about monitoring and tracking your leads, because a no right now doesn't mean no forever. It could mean later, not right now. That is something that you seriously need to keep in mind. That is a serious opportunity for most coaches that I meet that are struggling to grow their business, is because they are not great at sales. Speaking of which, I'm going to add in an 8th tip. Number 8 is getting good with sales calls / conversations. It's one thing to get people on the phone, which takes a lot of work, but it's another thing to actually convert them into a sale. So coaching is something that helps with this, but if you're not ready to invest in coaching yet, then some type of sales course or resources, because quite honestly, that is one of the greatest hurdles to building a high ticket coaching business, because we are literally, some of us are literally charging the same cost as cars. So this is a serious investment, and you have to know how to put people at ease, let them talk, do just enough talking, and do a really great job at explaining your process of transformation. Not that they get a checklist and 12 calls and all of that. All right, that wraps up this video on building a 6 or 7 coaching business on LinkedIn. If you have enjoyed my content so far, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I am hitting these YouTube streets with more content. And also like this video and even give it a comment too. Hell, why not, right? We support one another. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.